I'm back. It's still July 31st. This is episode 17 down here in my wool studio. I'm getting two done in one day because I said I had half no time. So, and it's been a month. So, yes, you get to see the ugly background. Um, I'm aware. I'm working on it. Okay, so not just wool. Let me get some things that I've been doing. I went to, we have like an indoor flea market up here where I live, and I found some chandelier crystals. Uh, you know, the kind that give off rainbowies in the window, um, which my daughter loves, and I know who doesn't see a rainbow and stop for just a split second to look at it. Um, everybody does. Everybody does. It's a natural phenomenon. People just love to stare at these sparklies. So, um, I turned with some beads. I have, like I said, I'm going through my whole stash, not just my yarn, not just my fabric and my wool. I have tons of craft stuff, everything you can possibly think of. And then I inherited more from my grandmother. So, uh, way too much. That being said, I inherited some crystal beads, uh, like a lot. A lot. So I turned those, I seen those, and I thought that would be a good way to use up them beads. They're just simple. I took some, what wire? That is jewelry wire. It is, you do find it in the jewelry section at Walmart. So you don't have to go someplace fancy. Um, just simple beads. And then at the bottom of it is your crystal. And you just, loop it and feed them. And I made a bunch because we do a lot of homemade Christmas gifts. We don't get caught up in the commercialism of, oh my gosh, how much did I spend last year? Well, if I don't spend this much, they're going to think, I'm being cheap, or I don't, you know what? When three wise men showed up, okay, they didn't worry about what people thinking, how cheap they were. That's not what Christmas is. Everyone, I believe, needs to get away from that. Try a homemade Christmas. Spend time with each other. Okay? I can buy myself stuff all year long. That's not what Christmas is for. Okay. Again, that's my opinion. I hope I didn't upset too many people. But now they do lay flat. They're just I had them in a corner. But I made up a bunch of them. I have nieces and nephews. Ah! I dropped one. I have nieces, it's going to stay down there. Nieces and nephews, uh, and we do. There's a lot of German, so we do the Christmas Advent calendar, and you need things to shove in there. So I make stuff like this to put in Advent calendars, also, along with little tiny treats. It just kind of makes the whole month of December something special. Then I'll have your teardrops. A little fancier on that one. But yeah, I used up some beads. The crystals, I think, cost me $12. So go to your flea markets, go to your yard sales, go, if they have some chips out of them, but they're still going to reflect the sun. They're fine. Um, and they're cute little stocking stuffer ideas. Okay, I am going to put those down. Oh, right here. Yeah, feels great when I bend over. Okay, that being said, I got those beads out of the way. Now I tried something new. I am trying something new. Um, you'd think I would have by now, and I've had the tools to do so for over 2 years, but I just now tried my hand at wool felting. Um, with the little stabby tools, the ones you prick your finger with a million times. Yeah, I got those. So I made this little ghost. It's going to sit on my little table. So these are my first attempts. Don't laugh. My little ghosts. going to go with my pumpkin. I have a corny sense of humor, so, you know, it's fine. And I thought I would try a bunny. Don't laugh. He's scary, isn't he? This is my first attempt at a bunny, and I made him a little carrot to go with it. You know what, though? You find out things, and you don't know till you try. I had a fun afternoon doing this. I don't believe it's my true calling. I don't. Maybe if I got better at it, or I knew what I was doing, or someone to show me, it would be a whole lot different. But I didn't have anybody, and I was just kind of winging it from some videos I'd watched. I'm gonna be honest. Not loving it enough to keep doing this, though. It may change. I'm not getting rid of the tools. I have plenty of wool. If I want to come back to it later. I do enjoy my little ghost, and they will go on my dining room table at Halloween. But if my cat don't try to eat them. But not over the top loving the felting process. Maybe I'm not good at it yet. Like I said, in a few years, my interest may change. So, you know, we'll see. So yeah, made those. I did the beading one day when it was too hot to do too much more than that. And I am, I said up there that I found a bag of Lincoln wool, long wool, and that's what I was doing the single ply artsy yarn with to do rugs. Since then, I have found a whole nother bag. I will forcibly, like I said, when I first started, I kept everything. 5 years ago, I kept every bit of wool. I didn't know that the leg wool and the belly wool wasn't really that usable. So I kept all of it. And I washed it with the good stuff because I didn't know any better. I do know now to keep my prime blanket areas out separate. And I don't keep all the wool. That being said, I am going through my wool of the stuff I've had for a while. And I have kept a very safe area for it as far as moss and stuff. So yes, I have had some of this wool for 5 years. And yes, it is very clean and very kept controlled. That being said, I will be downsizing some of it because I had washed the neck and the belly wool with the prime wool. And so you can't pick it out. It's all in there. You can't. I may have to downsize complete fleeces. It's a learning experience. It is. And I have learned a lot in the last 5-6 years. Like I said, I found a whole nother bag. The locks aren't entirely destroyed, but it's too much so that you can't possibly dye them like this. So I'm thinking more textured art yarn, I believe. That's a huge bag. I can't imagine it being all good. So I'm thinking there might be some neck wool and belly wool in there. I'm going to have to go through it. I'm going to go through a lot of this. That being said, okay, I got a few bats done this week. This one is cocoa bean, mixed with, it's wool from cocoa bean, and then alpaca from my Petey, mixed with tencel top. And look at that. I don't want to mess it up. That's one of the bats I made, and that is going to be super fun to spin. I love browns. And I made up, now these are just pure cocoa bean. There's nothing weird on that one. Pure cocoa bean. And there is 3 of them. I want to try to make up some more of this brown and orange to ply with plain. But this is cocoa bean. This is, see, she had sun bleaching, so you see those light spots? And it's like a chocolate brown. But it's natural. And I love that, and I don't care. I mean, I like that. So I don't care. What was it? Oh, I also did some 50-50 wool and alpaca. Um, I did two of these just because sometimes you just need the plain white. And like I said, the alpaca is kind of drapey and does not hold structure very well, so I like to blend it with my wool to help it hold structure um, for a sturdier yarn. And then once it's spun, then I can dye it then if I want to. But most of the time, I don't have enough white. So, oh, I got some pink that came off. Put that back on there. All right. This is merino, alpaca, angelina, and mulberry silk. All right. Oh, that's falling apart. I'll have to get that. But look at that. And it really is that bright of a pink. I don't know if you can see the different shades. No? It really is that bright of a pink. And I cannot wait to spin that up. Which is probably what I'm going to apply it with is the white. No, I think I might have enough pink to do another bat. But that size of a bat, I'm probably going to get at least 300 yards out of that if I do it like a DK weight. So I'm thinking that's good. Oh, this one here. Romney, Merino, Angelina, and Viscose. Let me show you this one. Yeah. Trying to hold the tag. But there is blue sparklies in there. I don't know if you can see them. You can't. I know everyone says I can never see the sparklies. They're in there. Trust me, they're in there. So yeah, that's gonna be a tealy color. I think again applied with white. Oh no, I have enough. I have enough of this teal color. I could do teal. Also, it doesn't seem like I'm getting anywhere with these bats. I made probably 5 or 6 of pure alpaca. I do use the pure alpaca for some things. And I did 3 of the wool out of this bin to do felted dryer balls and felted bars of soap. Like I said, this bin is not your prime wool, but it's not junk wool. So it's plenty good for that. It's a very sturdy wool. And I just grab a bunch and card it up. So I have 3 of 100% wool out of my vintage playpen. I also did the last of my black Icelandic. Again, there's some things I don't know. Like the thel and the tog. You're supposed to separate them. One's softer, one's coarser. But when I bought the fleece, I didn't know that. And I purchased a lamb's Icelandic black fleece. So it wasn't overly huge. It's still a lot to process. I washed it because, Icelandic wool is fragrant. So I washed it and all together. Yep, all together. And I carded it all together. So I'm spinning it all together. However, next time, I do know that separating is an option. Like I said, I'm learning. I'm learning every day. I do not know everything. And YouTube, unfortunately, is my main source of information. And if I don't know to look for it, I don't know I'm doing it wrong. So I appreciate any comments that you want to leave me, any suggestions of things you've mixed together as fibers, how to care for them. Please leave me comments. I don't know all. I'm stuck learning from YouTube. I don't know anybody else in this area that does this. They have sheep and they raise them, and then they send their fleeces off to a fiber mill. So I don't know anybody that processes their own fleeces. That being said, you see this big bag? This is Cocoa Bean. This is Cocoa Bean. And some of the tips are felted, but you see how it's sun bleached at the top. And this was washed extensively. She didn't have any hay or anything in her neck at all. So I want to believe that this one spent her life out in a field. I don't think she was in a barn with a hay feeder. But look how long this was. And it was curly before I washed it. It was like kinky curly at the top. You just know it was the lamb's fleece. Super soft. I know, are you cringing at the way I separate wool? I'm not gentle with my stuff. And like I said, it gets washed again 2 more times before I wear it, so it's fine. Yeah, super soft. And yeah, there is some coloring, and I could cut that off. But I don't mind. I don't mind. If it's too matted, I will. But there's so much here. Like I said, you can't even tell I took anything out of the bag. And I've already made 4 bats. So, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's why I'm also not interested in breeding her, because her fleece will be enough for a while. I do not need to breed her. Kind of think she's young. That's me. That's my opinion. And I'm the only one that it matters to. So don't be offended. I don't need your comments. It's just my opinion. Yeah, I'm still working on everything. From the beads to the fabric to the wool. I still have a huge crate of the gray Icelandic. And again, it was washed together. So that's how it's going to be processed. I did downsize a whole garbage bag of fleece. You said my tables are getting super full. And I have expanded. I have 6 over there. So when I have more time, or my husband can hold the phone, because believe it or not, there's not enough surfaces in this shop, and I don't own a tripod stand. I wish I did. So I have to use surfaces. So I either have to get down to its level, and sit down, or stand up and find something tall, and I don't have enough surfaces. So yeah, I'll be working on getting a tripod stand so I can be more mobile and carry around, or maybe a selfie stick. Who knows? I don't have any of that right now. You're leaning on a hat rack. So more my professionalism. But I have been busy carding, and now that it's cooled down again, I can come back in here and card some more. Hopefully by this fall I will make a bigger dent. I do think there's a basket over there, and then this playpen, vintage playpen, are wools that I will be severely going through and downsizing, and maybe that brown alpaca over there. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, like I said, I kept all of it, and I didn't know any better. So I am trying to go through and keep what is very, very good still, and what isn't, biting the bullet and getting rid of it, because you know what? I'll get more wool next spring, and I have so much to keep me busy till then. So until then, my name is Michelle Rahm. You can find me on Independent Fiber Farmer, and on YouTube as Independent Fiber Farmer, Instagram as Independent Fiber Farmer, and for updated pictures, and also on Facebook under Michelle Rahm. Better pictures anyway. I'm not sure it'll be different content, but better pictures. And I'll try to get one of Cocoa Bean. Like I said, we got the fleece off. It's not pretty, man. It's not pretty. I am not a beautician by any means, so it's off. And well, she's looking better than she did a week ago, so I'm thinking at least another couple weeks, and I will be taking a picture and posting. And if you know what kind of sheep is, if you don't know, and she's a cross, which is very likely around here. Like I said, she was sent to an auction. So that I showed you her fleece. It's quite a long staple. I don't believe she's been sheared ever. And I'm putting her around 2.5. So, we'll see. But until then, I hope everyone is knitting and crocheting and beading and sewing and doing all the fun crafty stuff. And I will be back with you when I get back.